he okay, Doctor?
If the toxoplasmosis parasite gets to his brain, I'm afraid he may lose his freedom of speech.
Well, don't get your hopes up too high. The newest episode of South Park dropped last night, and at no point did they ever mention what happened to CK. And whilst they've put out another statement assuring everyone that they haven't been censored at all, I do still find it odd. And not only then did they choose to willingly ignore one of the biggest news stories to happen all month, if not maybe one of the top of the year, but also that one of the three main plot lines for the episode they claimed they needed more time to finish on September 17th revolves around making Brendan Carr, the head of the FCC, look completely incompetent. And yes, they clearly very intentionally put him in that pose, but all the Jimmy Kimmel stuff happened after the 17th, although it is possible it's just coincidence because this has been an issue for a while. But I guess very lucky this happened to be the big topic we've all been talking about for the last week. But before we dive in, as always, make sure you like, rage, comment, repost, and follow along for more updates. But the second of the two storylines revolves around these prediction market apps that are trending in South Park Elementary. And more specifically, everyone is betting on this topic right here, and I'll allow you to pause to read this because that is one of the main themes of the episode here. And we will circle back to this because the second theme of the episode revolves around Donnie and Satan's new pregnancy, and JD reminds Donnie that when you have a baby, your whole life becomes about them and not you. Donnie doesn't like the sound of that, so he does everything he can to try and terminate the pregnancy. And it turns out JD's trying to do the same thing too, because only he can be next in line for the throne. I mean, the favorite child. I mean, he's VP. And during this, everyone keeps wanting to take bets on this topic right here. So they all keep asking her opinions on everything that's going on, and she's upset because people are just assuming because she is Jewish, she must stand with Israel. And she doesn't, so she decides she's going to find whoever's in charge and give them a piece of her mind, and we'll circle back to that. Because then Kyle is trying to call the people in charge of the markets to get the voting taken down, and he says there's nothing he can do, but you have to call this person instead. So he calls that, and it's still the same guy, and they say you have to actually call this guy instead. So he calls that, and guess what? It's still the same guy working at the FCC. So then he calls you-know-where, and guess what? It's run by the same guy. And guess who's also the same guy sitting in the Oval Office taking the calls and doing nothing to help? Yeah, pretty big commentary on how things are being run right now. And while that's happening, Kyle's mom flies across the world to give a piece of her mind to, you guessed it, they animated him. And the episode ends on her giving him a lecture about all of the atrocities and horrible things he's doing. And specifically having it lean into how that's making life more difficult for Jewish people in the United States. I'm not going to dive into what they're saying with that commentary from Kyle's mom, but you can do with that what you will.